Oh, is somebody caring that he has a ring on his tail? Your sister doesn't care. What about you guys? Are you upset? Huh? Are you upset? Cannot wait to get them moved to the group barn tomorrow. Didn't get a chance to do it today, unfortunately. Long story, but oh, those tails are so tough, aren't they? These two sets of twins were born today. Haven't weighed them yet, but these two are absolutely massive. Had a bit of a trouble getting the second one out. Mama, let me show you your babies. This guy here, he's a little bit of a tank. So what I did to combat all these big babies coming out is I'm now just back to feeding dry hay and not the really beautiful, amazing silage. They'll start getting it again once they go over to the group barn and then throughout their lactation. But what I'm worried about is these girls, like some of them are getting real big. For how small their udders are right now, the lambs are getting too big coming out on these full-term ones. So what I'm worried about is by the time that these ones that their udders are not developing, like this one here, she has 0 udder. If she continues to get that beautiful, dairy quality silage, those lambs are going to be absolutely massive in probably 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks when they start coming out. So just based on that, I opted to take the silage out of the ration. Yeah, they need moved to the group barn. But yeah, I opted to take the silage out of the ration until they're lactating. I might change my mind again, just depending on how lambs continue to come out. But like I said, there's not a whole lot of udder development happening on the good majority of these ewes. They're at least a week and a half away. So I don't want their lambs getting too big and then I have to help out way too much. It's nice having big lambs that come out and do exactly what these guys are doing at a day and a half, 2 days old. Just playful, happy, you know, nothing phases them. Those two were a little bit slower coming into life. I guess they're 3 days old now. Coming 3 days old. Anyway, these guys that are jumping on their mom right now were so much happier by 3 or 4 hours old than what these little guys were, especially in the cold. So, and same thing with this single here. He just came out no problem whatsoever, just like up and jumping around immediately. These two, yeah, these are almost the perfect size, and I haven't weighed them yet, but they're probably, for a Dorper, they're around that 9-10 pound mark for a set of twins. That's almost perfect for these mid-sized ewes. If I had to guess, I would say she's 11 pounds and he's probably 13 pounds. Now I will be weighing them here shortly, so I'll put it on the screen if I was wrong, but getting rather large for a small mom like that to have on her own. And I'd rather not help if I don't have to. I've called these ewes and done my best to make them so that they do exactly what this ewe is doing over there. 2 healthy lambs, she got them out on her own, up on her own. Like, it's +3 Celsius in this barn right now. Like, it's not warm in here. And she's got them up. The black one's already drank, and that other one is like less than 5 minutes old. And she's working on it, getting it up and getting it to drink. So I got one more baby to tag, and then I'll get her pen ready here. Anyone new to the channel, this is how I weigh my lambs. It's just this old Sobeys bag that I've sewed up. I made front holes here, put a little belly band on it, and then just slings them up. I was too cheap to spend 20 bucks to buy a lamb sling. So this took me a few minutes to sew up. Works fantastic. Oh, thank you. I was pretty darn close with my estimation. 10.6 for the girl, and 12.4 for the boy. So it's pretty close. Would you like to say hi to the camera? You're so pretty. Hey? You're so pretty. everybody's pretty happy moving over here. These 6 newer ones are getting a little bit more, I don't want to say beat up, because this hover mother in the back right here, she keeps knocking over her own lambs. Like, I don't understand why she's being such a hover mother. Like, that's her black lamb, and then that lamb is her other little one. And they just want to play, but she keeps getting panicked over them wanting to play instead of just going and eating. Normally, when this is set up the way that I want it to be set up, or how it has been set up, the moms will go to the feeders and eat, and the babies just run around and play. So I'll just give a little bit of an explanation for any new viewers here, in case you hadn't seen any of the lambing videos from last year. But they lamb over in the lambing barn over there, and then I moved them in my little lamb bus over into this group barn, just to get them kind of acquainted, and it's just easier on the lambs instead of going straight from their lambing jug straight outside. Gives them a chance to mingle and become friends, and you know, it's easier to have a lamb hit a nice heavy bedding of straw like this when one of the moms does hit them versus hitting ice outside, and they can get their legs underneath them a little bit better on the good footing versus the ice, because it's just sheer ice out there right now. So normally I have this barn set up a little bit differently. This is just a temporary setup for now because I gotta go, and I don't know if you can hear it or not, I've got a bit of a cold I'm getting over. It's still in my lungs, so it's taken a bit to come out. But I gotta run and grab some lumber from town, and what'll happen is there'll be a feeder. Here, let me flip you around. So there will be a feeder right there, a 3-foot space, and then another feeder. And then these 2 panels here, one with the gate and one without the gate, over there, sorry, will come down in an alley to another feeder here. And then if I need to, I'll take these little lambing panels from the end of the feeder to the gate to separate them out, so I can put, you know, 8, 9, 10 ewes and their lambs on that side. And then 8 or 10 ewes on this side. And then by the time that I usually have 20 ready to go outside, they'll go into one pen, or 25 and 15 is usually how I split them, but just depends on how they lamb, because I try and keep the lambs in their best age group. Like, I try not to go over 2 weeks of age, so it works out quite well that from the beginning to the end of what I call Lamageddon, when they all lamb at the same time, are usually within those first 13 to 14 days. And then from the 14 to 22 usually is what I give them, 21, 22 days, will go into the other smaller pen. The last 15 usually. Oh, excuse me. It usually works out that way anyway. I just kind of play it by ear, but I try and keep them as close to the same ages as I can, because I don't want 3-week-old lambs with a brand new lamb. Just disease prevention, and also you can tell the ones that have been in here a little bit longer were playing pretty rough when they first came in. Now that these littler lambs, the older lambs, even though they're only 2 days older, are going and eating with their moms, and the littler lambs are playing. So try my best to keep them separated anyway. Bunch of little popcorns that they are. I'm sure you could tell when I brought the ewes over, but this is just sheer ice out here. Even all the way up into the yard there, like, it's just sheer ice. I have my boot chains on, and it helps, but I still try and be careful on it, because I did fall twice the other day. So back over here in the lambing barn, those 3 were the 3 that got moved. These 2 were born yesterday about 6 o'clock, I guess it would be. They're not quite 24 hours old. And then these guys were born about 1 o'clock this morning. This mom does not like me. She's not my biggest fan, that's for sure. Believe me, girl, I'm not your biggest fan either. But she has twins every year, so I kind of put up with her. But I better get cleaned up in here and let those other ewes back in case somebody's trying to lamb. But I don't want this video getting too long, so I think I'm gonna end it here. I'll still film if anything lambs tonight, but got some special stuff I'm gonna put up in the barn here, so that'll be the start of the next video. So make sure you're subscribed, and again, if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for joining me at Sheep Happens Ranch. Bye.